Hey, Darvin called it one of the better defensive games for you guys in quite a while. How did you feel about just the whole team on that end?
Yeah, that's a really good ball club. A lot of guys who can play one-on-one and score. And, guys came out was playing great defensively. Taking pride in the one-on-one matchups. Shea, Jalen Williams, Chat, Lou Dort, like everybody was just moving their feet and keeping their guys in front, which limited a lot of the overhelping. So it's really good defensive game by us for sure.
Does the 3-1 record against OKC mean anything when you look down the line in the postseason? And if you guys are facing, not necessarily them, just considering what happened last year, you guys were a lower seed in consecutive series. Does that mean anything for this group? Further prove that it's about you guys, not necessarily the opponent.
Yeah, it's about us for sure. Just about getting in. Behind the 8 ball a little bit, but we're right there, So, in the event we don't get top 6, you got to go through the whole play-in kind of process again. We don't really care what, seed we in. We proven that last year. It doesn't matter. I think this goes like with anyone. You just try to get in, and then playoffs is a different animal. So, we don't look at it as we'd rather have this matchup than this matchup. For us, it's just about getting in and tackling each opponent from there.
What would you see from Austin as the initial on-ball guy on Shea, and just kind of the job he did, and then following him certain directions?
Yeah, he did a great job. Moving his feet. Knowing that Shea likes to, get to his reverse between, kind of like a little push off, and get to his midi, or get to the lane, use his pump fakes and draw fouls and things like that. So I think we did a good job of not putting him on the line. They're already going to make tough shots, but you don't want to combat that with putting them on the line as well. Now they kind of get it going. So he did a great job, starting off on him, of just making it tough for him and funneling him to, our defense and get, great contests. And, he missed some shots early, but made a couple down late. But, he already did a good job.
Can you share a thought that you had when you saw D'Angelo shooting those 3 threes in a row?
That's what he do. He's shown that he can get hot any point in the game. And when he made the first 2, we kind of knew the third one was going up. So, he tried to play like he didn't want to shoot it and threw it to Bron. And, Bron gave it right back to him, just knowing, like, I knew it was going in. I was already standing up when they scored, and he kind of pushed the ball up the floor. So, he's able to get it going, and kind of just fuels our offense.
Sac lost at home tonight, so it's 1.5 back now. I know you try to just take it one game at a time, but how much do you as a player consider that heading into a matchup like tomorrow? And what does effort look like for you guys? Like, what do you look for from your team? Yeah,
that's a very important game. We play them twice within the next week. Or so. So, those are that's going to be a big game, and then the one next week is going to be a big game. So, we got to come in and take care of business.
Thanks, Eddie.
Darvin called it one of the better defensive performances by you guys this year. Talk about the second and third quarters and just how you guys locked in.
I think we did a good job of keeping bodies in front of bodies. We know they're one of the best one-on-one teams in the league. They live in the paint, but they also been shooting the ball extremely well from the outside as well. So just trying to keep bodies on bodies, and then if there was, we get them to miss, we clean glass, and we didn't give them many second chance points, and that was key.
I was going to say rebounding tonight, definitely the key for you guys. Been getting beat in that category. You won it by 17.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely understood if we're going to make a team like this miss, and if they do miss, we got to clean glass, and I thought we did that from start to finish.
It's been I was going to say, Dan, been a much bigger sample size as of late. Offensively, you guys have been one of the better teams in the league. D'Lo got it going tonight. UAD, everybody. What's that been like for you guys to kind of unlock that end of the floor?
Yeah, we understand that. When the ball is popping and everybody's feeling comfortable, we've been playing some really good basketball offensively. I think tonight we had too many unforced turnovers, which we'll work on. We know we can't do that, but all in all, I think obviously D'Lo caught fire. TP was sensational, tonight for his shooting ability. But everybody came off the bench. I think I think Spence, and I think he had a plus 35 off the bench, So that was big time for our ball club, too.
Is this, you guys are inside of 20 games now, should this be the standard defensively for you guys?
I mean, obviously, we know every game is different. Every game is going to present different challenges. We understand that. But this is one of the better offensive teams that we have in this league. And we did a good job. We did a good job from start to finish. And we could take some key moments from this and apply it to the next game.
You use the term flammable to describe former teammates like J.R. Smith, Mike Miller. Having D'Lo with that type of, I guess, skill set and confidence, what type of X factor can that provide?
Obviously, we know. And I think I talked to you the other day about, that D'Lo can get going and where he can make 3 or 4 threes in a row, and break the game open. And he did that once again today. He have that uncounted ability to just once he see the ball go through the hoop, that he can run off 3 or 4 of them, get the crowd into it, get us hyped, and able to take the momentum from the game.
What did you see with Austin's off-ball defense?
He just took the challenge. I mean, obviously, Shea is one of the best players that we have in our league. So, you just try not to put him to the free throw line because that's where he gets a lot of his points from, too. So, I thought Austin was sensational from the start to the finish. While he was out on the floor, just trying to contain the ball and making Shea and making, Jay Will. All right, appreciate it. Yep.
Guys, let the people know. Yes, I am. Don't do it.
Austin, do you feel like D'Lo kind of overshadowed your 4 for 5 from 3 tonight with that late flurry?
That's a tough one to start with, bro. God, damn,
I mean, I don't really the way that he gets his buckets in spurts like that when he gets hot, it's a beautiful thing to see. And if you roll back the tape, as soon as he got the ball, me and AD stood up, and we knew it was going up even when he passed it. We knew Brown was going to give it back to him, and we knew it was going up. And once he let it go, it looked good. But yeah, if I can go 4 for 5 and it gets overshadowed by anything we do, I'll be the first one to be happy about that.
Good answer.
D'Lo, on that third three, as Austin mentioned, LeBron just gave it right back to you once you pass it out. Do you feel like in that moment, you just, whatever you got to
shoot it?
Yeah, basically what he just said. You just feel like you got to shoot regardless of the separation you could create or what what the play develops into.
Yeah, I was gonna shoot it before I passed it. But I heard him. I didn't know what he was saying. I thought he was about to attack Chet or whatnot. And then when I heard him say shoot, like go ahead, I didn't even know I made the shot. I kind of didn't see the rim and just threw it up there. Lucky shot.
I think for both of you also, you beat OKC again, 3-1 against them. They're the number 1 seed in the West coming into the night. As you guys look ahead to what your team goal is to get back in the postseason and make some noise like you did there last year, how much is this about proving to yourselves how good you can be versus whomever the opponent is?
I mean, obviously they're coming off a tough back-to-back. They played last night in Phoenix, and it was a good game down to the wire. But anytime you can, beat a team confidently going into the fourth of that caliber, it speaks to what you did, both offensively and defensively. But I think it started on the defensive end tonight. Everybody was locked in. I know that there was either at the end of the first or the start of the second quarter. It felt like we got like 5 or 6 stops in a row with, some type of block or some type of steal that, led out to, good opportunities for us to go score. So, yeah, anytime you beat a team like that, that's been playing really good basketball, it feels good and gives you some momentum moving forward.
You guys have had defensive moments over like the fourth quarter against the Clippers, overtime against Washington, where you guys have been pretty locked in. But to hit that level defensively for this long of a stretch, doesn't feel like you guys have been at that level for a while. Was there any extra emphasis defensively going into this, or is it sort of they're really good and if you're gonna beat them, you've got to be really good?
Yeah, they're so well coached. It's just you can't relax. I think they're number 1, right, or something like that, or number 2 in the league. Goddamn. Yeah, so I mean, you gotta be ready to play against those guys. It's no fluke.
How important was the rebounding tonight? You guys won that by 17. Just controlling the glass.
I watched Nurkic get 31 on them last night, so I knew that was something where we could dominate the game a little bit, give us a little advantage. Like I said, they're so well. The system that they have around those guys, a lot of guys are plug and play and can step up and have a big night at any time. So to come in and try to dominate the rebounds and things like that's just going to give us another advantage against a really good team.
Hey, D'Lo.
Hey.
You said before how you're always looking for ways to find your flow state. It seems like you've been finding it pretty consistently. Just wondering if you kind of know what needs to happen for you to walk into that.
I mean, just consistency. The more my game days can look the same as the last one, I think that's what allows me to get there sooner. But when there's any hiccups and any rotations, all that little stuff becomes a distraction. So for me, I try to just let distractions be distractions, not let my mind get to them. I always talk about it when I first got around him. I tried to, give him that, try to let him know that a lot of stuff could be a distraction, distract you from the main goal, which is put the ball in the hoop, And I've seen him over the time just kind of change his approach a little bit and just kind of stay locked in the moment when things can get like that. So, I recognize and try to attack it.
Can you talk about you all's defense tonight? It seemed like you all fed off each other. So how important is it for you all to feed off each other when one is playing hard on defense?
Yeah, I mean, I think it, when you come out at the first of games and you just give that effort, regardless, it's the NBA, and there's a lot of times that you're going to play really good defense if they score. Obviously guarding Shea, there's going to be times, like I said, that you think you play really good defense, but he shoots over the top and makes a shot. But when you have that effort from the start of the game, and Bron sliding his feet like that, AD always being AD, we just feed off that, and that was the main thing tonight, just getting off to that good start. Of the energy. The start of the game wasn't good, but we just kept plugging in at it, and good things happen.
Last two. SGA struggled from the field the first 3 quarters. He was 5 for 13 from the field. How were both of you and the team in general able to contain SGA and put him into those tough shots, especially with a player like Vando, who usually had a bulk of that responsibility, obviously not available?
He gets 30 on every team in the league. So for us to come in and try to just make everything tough for him is the objective. Whoever's guarding him, we know. I mean, you put anybody in front of him, he finds a way to get it done. So we were all on the string, I would say, for sure.
Last question.
D'Angelo, I know you guys still have bigger things in mind, but just have you been able to soak in some of the moments, hitting those threes, LeBron coming over, just relative to the first stint here, and has that gotten you anywhere?
Just in the moment, I don't. But when I watch the game tonight and my friends are sending me stuff like that, it'll help me realize that, you're really doing this. You're really here. The GOAT's right there celebrating with you. It becomes crazy when you go back and look at it. But, I mean, for me, I try to stay in the moment, stay locked in. And once again, that's a distraction, right? When you think about it, you locked into the game and you still in fan mode. It's tough. So for me, I try to leave all that at the door, but I'm still a fan of greatness around me, and I recognize and appreciate it as well.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Darvin, what did you see as the difference between that rough start and then what seemed to be immediately a pretty good defense, like for the next 3 quarters as you guys blew out that big lead towards the end of the fourth?
I mean, I thought early they made some shots. We turned the ball over, but we didn't totally collapse or implode. We continue to defend. I told them at halftime it's like the best defensive half I've seen all season. Just the way we just fought to keep the ball in front of us, our shifts in that activity behind the initial defender, help at the rim, rebounding the ball well, but the turnovers kind of bit us early and often, and so we're able to still get some good looks, play downhill. Guys were making shots, but our defense, man, kudos to our guys. They really stepped up and defended really, really well.
Any individuals that you thought led that charge, Darvin, or was it more of a team concept?
I think it was contagious. You know, AR, you know, AD back there talking, AR starting with that tough matchup on Shea. Bron, you know, everybody's closing out. D'Lo, everybody. Rui, he got in a little early foul trouble, picked up a few early, but all in all, then the guys coming off the bench, you know, Cam, Torian, all those guys, Jackson, Spencer, you know, we had to run multiple bodies at Shea. You know, he requires that type of attention, just the elite level that he plays on. So all our guys just was like-minded in terms of, again, having a defensive mentality and individual pride on the ball.
You spoke about the collective defense, but when LeBron specifically has that, I just call it juice defensively on the end of the floor, how does that change, I guess, you guys as a team, when he's that locked in, is able to provide that kind of energy?
Just the reads he makes, you know, if he's on his weak side defensively with a smaller guy, he makes sure the smaller guy stays up, stays high. He's a bigger body, staying low. They try to throw a lob. He comes out, weak side, MIG, most important guy, disrupt their lob. His closeouts to keep the ball in front, creating that indecision with certain guys, and you know, it was great. You know, he's one of the best. You know, when he's engaged like that, like his instincts and his communication is key. He gives everyone confidence.
Darvin, you guys have been able to hit defensive highs for 4 or 5 minute stretches. How encouraged were you with the fact that this was, 17 minutes in the first half?
You didn't bring any for me?
I actually have some if you'd like to. I do have it. If you would like a lifesaver, I have a bunch, actually. Here.
They're in the media room.
Appreciate you.
I got you. It was a good one, too. But then there a little slippage early in the third, but to, like, recapture it again. Yeah. Do you feel like this was the most defensive you guys have been for maybe since December?
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about it a lot in shoot-around this morning. We watched our film, our pregame. Coach Zach Peterson did a hell of a job with the scout. And that was the key. You know, individual pride, contain the ball, defend without fouling, and finish possessions defensively with a defensive rebound. And so our guys did just that. You know, showing our hands, trying to just being solid. You don't have to, you know, no gambles. We're able to come up with some steals just because our hands were active. We forced them into some tough situations. Our shifts, we were on time, doing our work early, so shifted in the lane, and they threw a couple passes right to us, and we were able to push the ball toward the other end. So defensively, we got to just continue to build off this. Just what we did tonight, just continue to build once we get a chance to get back at it on Wednesday.
Darvin, you guys fell down 18-6 midway through the first quarter. You've had some games this season, even as recently as Phoenix, where you give up 40 in the first quarter. You end up turning it around. You only give up 43 in the first half. What did your group show in that moment? Like, what have you guys gotten better at showing resilience?
Yeah, you know, one of our biggest mantras is the next play mentality. You know, you see the frustration when guys make a mistake. If we turn the ball over, they got some live ball turnovers, or we play great defense, guy still scores. We've been doing a much, much better job of just moving on to the next play. And that's exactly what happened tonight. It's just guys we dug our heels in and really just competed, again, on the ball, in transition, on the ball, off the ball, at the rim, defending the rim, getting rebounds, tracking down long rebounds, and getting runouts. And so just the resilience to just keep pushing and trying to get stronger as the game gets longer.
Darvin, you guys just had a game where you were out-rebounded by 16 rebounds, and then tonight you respond with out-rebounding them by 17. What did you see in terms of the physicality in the paint and just controlling the defensive glass and offensively getting a bunch of offensive rebounds?
A lot of guys being proactive, guys putting bodies on bodies. You know, those second chance points that Denver was able to get killed us. And so, you know, these are learning steps. We understand that, you know, time is of the essence, and we got to get busy in order to do what we're trying to do. And so, you know, we did a great job turning the page, moving on from that loss. It was a tough loss, but again, moving forward, got some really good work in today at shoot around, and just talking through some things on both sides of the ball, and you know, it's just again, guys wanted to come out and they responded well. Showed a lot of character with the way they responded.
Hey, Darvin, can you share a thought that you had after seeing D'Angelo shooting those 3 threes in a row?
I just knew he has those D-Lo moments, man, where he can throw it up any kind of way and it's going to find his way through the hoop. It's great to see him out there having fun, his teammates cheering him on, encouraging him being aggressive and decisive. Like, D-Lo is uber talented, and we need him. We need him to play at that level in order for us to have that ultimate success. And he's doing a great job. He's doing a little bit of everything. He's being aggressive, scoring when he sees opportunities. He's setting his teammates up, and he's competing on the defensive side of the ball. He competed his butt off tonight, and so it's great to see him go out there and do well and be in a good rhythm.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.